Toastmasters from Bahrain and all around the world who are joining us virtually tonight. A warm welcome to all of you to the 51st meeting of Bahrain IT Professional Toastmasters Club with the theme Select All, Shift and Delete. Before I start the meeting, I request all of you to please turn off your noisable devices or keep them on a silent mode. Our top mission is to provide supportive and learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and learning leadership skills, result in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Without further ado, I hand over a virtual control to our president. Please welcome Club President TM Santosh Ibrahim. Huge round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Meeting number 51 of the Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club is called to order. And fellow Toastmasters and guests, it's a privilege that we have just closed our half century, 50 meetings and moving on to the 51st meeting. And I'm so happy that many people joined us for the last meeting, which was our half century meeting. We had some of the guests being introduced, but let's officially introduce them. Hitesh Agrawal is there. We got Kajol. Kajol, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. I am Kajol Khetan from Nepal. I belong to Sanskriti Toastmaster Club. It is an educational club of teachers, and it's been almost 6 to 7 months that I have been a Toastmaster, and I am invited by Toastmaster Hitesh as one of the speakers. I'm sure it will be a great meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Toastmaster Kajol. A blessing to be with us. And Shakil Sheikh, this is your last opportunity to be called a guest. Now you're going to be a member and a family member. So you may please introduce yourself as a guest today. I think you're muted. Mr. Shakil, I think you're muted. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah, I'm just unmuting, yes. Hello all, my name is Shakil, and I am the head of information security in Early United Bank. I have been in the field of information security or cyber security, we call it, for last more than 22 years. I was with Riyadh Bank before, and I started my career very early, and very diverse experience in all areas of cyber security. I have some other interests like reading and playing some table tennis, things like that. And now I want to build my skills in speaking. So I thought I will join. And thanks to Santosh inviting me to this club. I attended a few meetings, and I'm really it's my honor to join this club. Thank you for inviting, Santosh.
Thank you. Let's welcome Toastmaster Shakil. He's now going to be a member shortly. We'll have the ceremony in a while. And we have Hitesh. If you are online, you may also introduce yourself briefly. Okay, Hitesh. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hitesh Agrawal from ACAN Toastmasters Club, Nepal. I am a chartered accountant by profession. We are a club of chartered accountants, accounting professionals, to say the least. And I'm the secretary in my home club. And I would love to witness such a blissful meeting. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hitesh. Thanks for joining us. And with that, I think we have introduced all the guests here. If I've missed anybody, please let me know. And Mohammad Al Sai, it's good to have you back, and it's good to see you in a very cool outfit today.
Thank you.
And we have, can I ask the Toastmaster of the day and the VPE whether the agenda is in order? Is there any changes? I believe there is one more speaker, right? Can the TMOD or the VP please confirm?
Yes.
What are the changes?
There is a change in the agenda. In the last minute, there is one more guest speaker, which has been added to the agenda. With me as well, because I'm the other speaker. So we have two speakers today. Inshallah.
Okay. We are with the just say addition of the one more speaker can be with the changes. Can we adopt the agenda? Can somebody propose it, please?
Just I need to correct, Mr. President. There is an evaluation also. Evaluator also has been changed, and Toastmaster Ahmed Balushi speech evaluation is doing by Toastmaster Hitesh. And with that, I will adopt the agenda.
All right. So it's adopted by Toastmaster Vikaruddin, and can somebody second it, please?
I second it.
Okay. Toastmaster Amit has seconded it. So agenda is proposed by, and I just seconded. Let's move forward, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The theme that our TMOD selected for this day is select all, shift, and delete. It's like you say, control, alter, delete. Select all, shift, and delete. That reminds me, there are 2 days in a week which we should not be worrying about. There are 2 days which, for any reasons, that we should be free from fear and apprehensions. One of these days is yesterday, with all its mistakes and cares, its faults and blunders, its aches and pains. Yesterday has passed forever, beyond our control. All the money in the world cannot bring back yesterday back to us. No, we cannot change or we cannot undo any actions of ours that we have done yesterday. We cannot do anything, or we cannot even erase any words that we said yesterday. So yesterday is gone forever. Another day that we should not be fearful about is tomorrow, with all its burdens and proposed kind of fears and perspective fears that we could see, its possible adversities, its large promises and possibilities that the performance could be bad for tomorrow. Tomorrow is also beyond our immediate control. It is true that the sun will rise tomorrow. It may rise with a lot of splendor, or it may rise behind mask of clouds. But the fact is that it will surely rise. But until it does, you and I have no stake in tomorrow. So with this yesterday and tomorrow gone, we only have today. Any person can fight a battle for one day. And that is true. It is when you and I, add the burdens of these two awful eternities, yesterday and tomorrow, that our lives becomes very complex and burdensome. It is, yesterday and tomorrow are the ones that break us down all the time. It is not the experience of today that drives a person mad, but it is the remorse and bitterness of what happened yesterday and the dread and concerns of what could happen tomorrow that usually steals the joy out of our heart, gives us fear, and leads us into a lot of persecutions and pain ourselves. So, as Toastmasters of this wonderful organization called the Toastmasters International, formed by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley in the year 1924 in Santa Ana, California, which is building up great orators and great leaders, we should all be living one day at a time. One day at a time. So that let us build our potential in such a manner that even if we have to live only for today, we will ensure that our potential is put at our highest. And yes, my dear brothers and sisters and friends, we need to understand that just like our TMOD has put for the theme of the day, let us all select all the worries, all the pains, all the failures of yesterday's, shift and delete, and live today with hope, life, and aspirations. Why? For tomorrow, for yesterday is only a dream, and tomorrow is a vision. But every today well lived will make every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome one more time to the 51st meeting of the Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club. Now, to move forward with our meeting, I would always say that before we introduce the TMOD, one of the best ceremonies that we could have in Toastmasters is not a speak contest or not a keynote speech. It is basically when we invite one of the members to be part of us in this great journey of building up as great leaders and communicators. We have experienced the joy, we experience the quality, we experience the culture, we experience the magnificence and the quality of being a Toastmaster. Now, when we handhold somebody to be coming into that fold, to realize the potential and the joy and the happiness and the quality that we have enjoyed, it's a great privilege. So today we have an induction ceremony where we are now naming one of our people, one of the people who are going to be part of our family as a Toastmaster. It's a great ceremony because we are actually inviting him to the world of excellence that we have experienced ourselves. So we conduct this wonderful ceremony. Nobody else could be perfect than our VP membership, whom we call the wise man. I don't call him the wise man because he's culminated gray hair, because every time we come across him, he speaks with wisdom, and even his creative criticisms are full with a lot of motivation. And today we have our VP membership who is going to do this wonderful ceremony called the induction ceremony. So I would like to hand over the baton across to our VP membership. Not all Raos are Gangadhar Raos. Please welcome Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao for the induction ceremony. With a round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is always my pleasure to introduce new members to the club so that they can learn and grow their career through Toastmasters. Fellow Toastmasters, it is now our duty and privilege to induct one new member into the BITP Toastmasters Club. This is an important occasion, both for these new members and for our club. These individuals have come to Toastmasters seeking to improve their communication and leadership. And we now have an opportunity to help them learn, grow, and achieve. I will now call our member to join the inducting ceremony, Toastmaster Shakil Syed Sheikh. Just if you can join my inducting ceremony. Toastmaster Shakil Syed Sheikh, you are joining a worldwide organization that has helped more than 4 million people to learn to communicate more effectively within Toastmasters. As a member of the Bahrain IT Professional Toastmaster Club, you will benefit from a proven program of self-development. You will become part of an outstanding group of people who are dedicated to helping one another in a spirit of sharing and enjoyment. Mr. Vice President Education, have these new members have been given an opportunity to discuss their needs and goals with the club? Have they been told how the Toastmaster program works and informed of the many benefits they will receive as well as the obligations of the membership? Vice President Education, Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Baluchi.
Toastmaster Gangadhar,
He's
Toastmaster
missing.
Ahmed is not there. But I have just given him a brief about the Toastmasters, organization as such and the benefits related to that. VP Education may probably will be giving him more details later.
Thank you, Mr. President. Who have been assigned as a mentors for these new members?
I have taken on the role as the mentor for the new member.
Thank you. That was lucky of the member to have such a vice president as a mentor. Would these Toastmasters help these new members to get off to a good start? Do you accept this responsibility and pledge to share your knowledge and experience with our new members so that they can immediately begin to benefit from their Toastmaster membership? Mentor Santosh Abram, can you give an affirmative response?
Yes,
on that, please?
yes, I do.
Thank you. Thank you. Toastmaster Shakil Syed. Membership in this club and in Toastmaster International is a privilege that carries with many rewards. Yes, it also places certain obligations upon you. We are a group of people brought together to do things we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. This means you must work diligently towards your own self-development, evaluate other speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, assist the club in reaching its goals, remain positive, and keep a smile on your face. We ask you and our new members to dedicate yourself to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members, and to help keep this Toastmaster Club strong and dynamic. Now, Toastmaster Shakil, can you repeat the Toastmaster pledge with me? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. I. Can you say your name, please?
I, Shakil Syed Sheikh.
In the presence of. My fellow members. Of the BITP Toastmasters Club. Make this firm obligation. Make this firm obligation. To attend meetings regularly. And prepare fully for each assignment. To apply myself.
My skills.
To the projects. Outlined in the Toastmaster education program.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Outlined in the Toastmaster education program. To participate actively in club activities. To evaluate others. In a positive. Constructive manner. To build. Open. Friendly relationships. With my fellow members. And to bring. Other new members. Into the club. So that. They can also gain the benefits. Of Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmaster Shakil. Now, would all club members please repeat the club's pledge to the new member, please? Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah. We the members. Of the BITP Toastmaster Club. Pledge to support. You in your quest. For self-development. To provide you. With positive. Helpful evaluations. To maintain a. Friendly. Supportive atmosphere. To give you opportunities. To help others. And to make your Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. Thank you for participating in the induction program. With that, Toastmaster Syed Shakil Ahmad is officially inducted as a Toastmaster into BITP. We wish him all the best and enjoy the club sessions. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. President.
Let's give a big round of applause to the new member, Toastmaster Shakil Sheikh.
Thank you.
And a big round of applause to the induction officer, Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao. We would love to have more inductions happening because that shows the health of the club. So if you have really experienced the benefit of Toastmasters, tell it to others. If you're not jealous of others becoming great and better orators and better speakers, you should be inviting more people into the club. And with that, I would like to move across to the rest of the great speaking opportunity that we have ahead. For that, I would like to call upon our TMOD of choice. I would like to call her as TMOD of choice because every time she's a preferred Toastmaster of the day, very graceful, and she has been our the Toastmaster Day for our 50th meeting too. Please welcome our graceful secretary, Toastmaster Fatima Farzana, who will take on the baton of control for the rest of the meeting. The Captain Toastmaster, Fatima Farzana. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President, for that wonderful introduction. First of all, my apologies. Previously, I was having some weird expressions on my face. Due to the technical error, my script and the content was, getting deleted. So sincere apologies for that. When you wake up every day, you have two choices. You can either be positive or negative, an optimist or a pessimist. I choose to be an optimist. It is all a matter of perspective. My dear lovely Toastmasters and honored guests, good evening. With immense pleasure, I welcome you all to the Bahrain IT Professional Toastmasters Club. The theme of the day, select all, shift and delete. In computer terminology, which means delete permanently. If you ask me what to shift and delete now, I will say the Wuhan virus, because the whole world is in chaos. However, it is out of our control and we cannot do much about it. Unless we stay safe, vaccinated, masked, sanitized, and with frequent hand washes. Apparently, what is in our control is our growth. As Toastmasters, how many hours in a month we spend on our growth? Out of 720 hours in a month, we spend maximum 8 to 10 hours for our personal and professional growth through Toastmasters. Make a priority and attend regular meetings and shift and delete all your non-priority tasks. Be proud of yourself, be confident, be optimistic, and most of all, be happy. Let's move on to the agenda without further ado. For the benefit of the guest, I would like to explain the structure of the meeting. The meeting is divided into 3 rounds. The first is the prepared speech round, where members will be delivering speeches based on their projects and paths. The second part of the session is a table topics round, where members can organize their thoughts quickly and respond. This round is known as the impromptu speech. The third and the final part is the evaluation round, in which all the prepared speeches as well as other aspects of the sessions will be evaluated by the general evaluator and his team. It is time to start the education session. Let me introduce the roles and members today. There are 4 key roles that are extremely essential to have. As a Toastmaster of the day, it is my duty to introduce the role bearers who will assist me in running of today's session. The first role bearer is a timer. In this role, the timer will keep track of the time spent by each speaker. We have a Toastmaster who loves traveling and exploring new places, and he loves cricket. Let us welcome the timer for today, Toastmaster Wasim.
Thank you, Madam TMOD, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Good evening.
Good evening.
As timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, amber, and red virtual backgrounds, which denote specific times remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will display green background. At 1 minute 30 second, amber. At 2 minutes, red. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their speeches time. Icebreaker should be 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, green. At 5 minutes, amber. At 6 minutes, red. Prepared speeches at 5 minutes, green background. At 6 minutes, amber. At 7 minutes, red. Individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green background. At 2 minutes 30 second, amber. At 3 minutes, red. All speakers are given 30 seconds grace periods to finalize their remarks. Thank you, and back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wasim. The second role bearer is to track the good and not so good usage of grammar. We have a Toastmaster who loves camping, free diving, and scuba diving. Let us welcome the grammarian for tonight, Toastmaster Mohammed Al-Said.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers and listen carefully to their language usage. I'll also take notes of any misuse of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, and also it's my duty to introduce the word of the day, which is optimistic. And thank you all. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Al-Said. The third role bearer is to keep track of the ahs and ums during the meeting. We have a Toastmaster who loves playing tabla and singing. Let us welcome the ah counter for tonight, Toastmaster Mohammed Neeroz.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used or post filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker reports a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you very much. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Niroz. The fourth role bearer is the general evaluator. His role as a GE is to provide beneficial feedback to each speaker, as well as to the overall meeting conduct. Our GE for tonight is a bike racer and our club vice president membership. Let us welcome the general evaluator for tonight, Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, a very good evening to you all once again.
Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao, we can't hear you. Your mic is mute. No?
No, it's audible.
Oh.
It's audible.
Yeah.
You can hear.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Okay. I think it's fine now. Yeah. My role is to evaluate as a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate the meeting in general. I will call for reports from speech evaluators, timer, grammarian, and accountant. Next, I will comment on the quality of the evaluation given by the speech evaluators, prepared speeches, and table topics. Further, that's my brief role I'm going to play today. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao. Now, the time to start our first round, prepared speeches. To evaluate the first speech, we have a Toastmaster who loves social servicing, reading, and music. Let's welcome Toastmaster Santosh Abraham.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and our speaker in particular. The speaker is attending level 3, project 3, a level 3 project, which is called Inspire Your Audience. And the purpose of this speech is to, the project is to, for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. So the entire purpose of the speech is that the speaker makes an effort that she inspires us on some topic or some ideologies. Not for as such, this is an inspirational speech, one of the electives of the level 3. So I wish good luck to the speaker, and back to you, Toastmaster Day.
Thank you, Mr. President and Toastmaster Santosh Abraham. The first speaker for tonight, who is from Nepal. She loves traveling and exploring nature. Let's welcome Toastmaster Kajal Ketan.
Thank you. Life, I feel, is like a bed of roses. Ouch. Unfortunately, roses have thorns. We are bound to go through the ups and downs in this journey called life. However, what matters is what you do about it. What matters are the choices you make. Good evening, presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. What is life? They say it's from B to D, from birth to death. But what is in between B and D? It's a C. It's a choice. Our life is a matter of choices. Let me take you back to 2015, when I made a choice that changed everything. 2015, the year when Nepal was crying due to earthquake. It hit each one of us really hard. And that was also the year when people realized that money, property is nothing compared to our beloved ones. That was also the year that changed me a lot of what I used to be. 4th September, a day before my birthday, My parents, they used to surprise me every year. But this year, things were different. My mom, she was crying in pain due to the unbearable tortures. I was helpless. All I could do was cry with her. On 19th September, my world fell apart. My mom was admitted to an ICU, and on seeing her condition, I collapsed too. I was admitted next to my mom. I could still remember the blurry image of my mom next to me. Then the medicine did its wonder and took me to the lap of deep sleep. Next day, when I woke up, I did not see my mom. I asked the doctor, "Doctor, where is my mom?" He said, "Darling, your mom's condition is critical, so she is shifted to a better hospital." I waited. And finally, on 7th day, I was elated to be discharged. I requested my aunt, "Aunt, please take me to the hospital where my mom is." But what I heard next took my breath away. She told me, "Darling, your mom, she passed away the day you were admitted to the hospital." I was devastated. All of a sudden, my world crashed to where I stood. I had nowhere to go. My dad had gone to live with grandparents, and in this vast world, I was left alone. My only solace, my mom had deserted me too. My brother and I, we were compelled to live with our aunt. Daily talks were exhausting. Sleepless night continued for more than 5 months. I can still feel the piercing taunt, those numbness. During this entire time, I experienced an acute nostalgia, a longing for the lost time that seems as lost like a grain of sand in the desert, untellable chaos that were hunting me within, feelings inexpressible. I felt like a tree split me in two, struck by lightning. I yearned for the sound of my mother's voice, calling out my name, "Hey Kajal," telling me to lighten up. However, I still had a choice, and I took an audacious decision to leave my aunt's house and earn for myself. It may sound like a movie to you, fellow Toastmasters. It may sound like a movie to you, dear guest, but that's how it was. Empty pocket, no job, responsibility of a younger brother, and a broken heart. My cries were inaudible to the mass, but I know deep within the thunder that engulfed me, not a soul to reach out for. Lonely, wondering and wondering, what's next? No hope, nothing to hold on to. Just then, a bleak light of hope appeared with a phone call. Tears streamed down my eyes when the voice on the other side told me, "Congratulations, you have been selected for the job of teacher in White House World School." And here I am today with the reflection of my struggle and victory. Whatever I am today, I owe it to my mother. I had two choices, either to submerge, be submissive, or spread my wings and fly higher. I choose to fly. I always think about my mother, now and then. On most of the days, the grief is lighter, less oppressive. With her demise, the door closing beyond her, but light illuminating over me, a line of knowledge binding her body to mine, just like in the old days. She crosses my mind like an exotic bird of paradise, flying past the ease of my eyes, starling, luminous, an epitome of beauty, disappeared in fine dust, yet alive in me. A mother is a story with no end. That is my definition of her, that motivates me to live. You all must have your own stories that motivates you to grow, to live, to achieve your desire. What are you going to do when the story ends? You all must learn to be optimist. Fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. It's all about the chances you take and the choices you make. Let's all learn to be optimists. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
What an emotional speech, Toastmaster Kajal Khaitan. The second speech for tonight. To evaluate the second speech, we have a Toastmaster from Nepal who loves watching TV series and traveling. Let's welcome Toastmaster Hitesh Agarwal. Toastmaster Hitesh Agarwal.
Yes. Okay. So today I will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Ahmed Saleh, who would be delivering his Level 2 Project 3, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of this particular project for the member is to clearly define what Toastmasters envisions mentorship, and the purpose of this particular speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. The title of the speech is Never Walk Alone. I wish Toastmaster Ahmed all the best for this particular speech. Back to you, TMOET.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hitesh. The second speaker for tonight, who loves reading and writing, and he is our Vice President, Education. Let's welcome Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Balushi. Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Balushi, the screen is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Can you just spotlight me and the timer also, please? Great. Never walk alone. In this life, people only think the legacy is what you do during your life. Actually, the real legacy is afterlife, when people, they get the benefit out of what you have done during your life. This is the real legacy. Fellow masters, dear guests, good evening. I never had a direct mentor during my life, or at the previous stage when I started my career. Maybe I had some few coaches who was showing me that this is wrong or this is right and this is how you have to do it. I had soul mentors, my brothers, my friends, my family. Those, they were showing me the wrong and right in the community. However, when things moves forward during your life, during your career path, during your experience with your family, with your friends, you figure out things, and you will see that things are not as it looks like when you were younger. I was working for Gulf Air, then I joined ES, then I've been to a Sabre, then I go to a bank. All this experience showed me and taught me lots of things. And those things maybe it was not on the right way. They were not the right things that I have to know or to learn from my career path. Yes, I was showing the people that how to do things. I was trying to help them. Maybe as I told you, this is coaching. But the real mentoring, how do you mentor people? How do you show these people that this is I'm supporting you from this state to this state to this state? That's the real mentoring. When I joined Toastmaster, there where I knew that there are something called professional mentoring. From there, I learned how to pass my experience to others, to give what I have learned to others in a very professional way. I learned how to let the mentee control the direction of a conversation. I learned how to not push them at once, allow them to get to know you and to act based on that. I learned how to send an optimistic message to them during my mentoring. To be positive, it's like offer them an encouragement and assistance in a very professional and career pathway. Have realistic goals and expectation. Changes does not happen overnight. This is what you have to pass on again and again to the people that you mentor. In general, the experience that I got from my period during the Toastmaster was very valuable. Not only in showing the mentoring coach, even in the leadership and the communication skills. I'm really appreciated for that. I've been a friend. I learned how to be a friend to others. For that, I just needed to send this message to the people or to the outsiders, to the new joiners, how Toastmaster can shift their life from this stage to this stage. Not exponentially, it will go up for them, and it will change their life dramatically. But how you can do that? You should have fun during doing that. Having fun is one of the things that you will enjoy during doing mentoring for the people that you mentor. Your mentee will love that. Trust me, I've tried it and it's very helpful. You are sending a positive message for them. Help mentees to make positive decisions from their own values and realize their potential. And as I told you, having fun is one of the main things. That's why the people, they will love to be with you. They will love to continue the way that they are executing the training with you. But you have to learn one thing. I close this and I reach to the end of it. If I want to conclude it, when times are tough, help the young person to focus on future. Future is very bright place for the people to go there. We, the experienced people, have this responsibility. It doesn't matter you're in Toastmaster or at work or in society. Send the positive message to them, teach them, and let them know that there are good things in this life. You have to support others. You have to give the hand to others. This is your real legacy in this life. Respect the trust that the mentee placed it in you. Reassure them that you will be there whenever they need you. Send this message positively, and they will love that. This is something not easy to do because you need to spare some time for that. Remember that you are responsible for building the relationship. Take the initiative to keep in touch and in contact with your mentees. This is how they will be in the optimistic area in their life. They will be very appreciated to what you are doing. They will be very appreciated to the time and effort that you spent to give it to them. You will be a person remembered during their life. However, mentoring is something that you really need to look into it very seriously, because this is how, especially for the young people, you are building your life from a stage to upper stage to upper stage. From there, you have to take it your own, and you have to teach that others the same way. Thank you very much. Back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Balushi. What a wonderful speech it was. Let's start the second round, table topics. We have the table topic master who will be conducting the session today. The TTM today is a person who loves photography, music, and cricket. Let's welcome Toastmaster Amit Singh. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. The table topics, let me share the screen first. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah, can you see my screen? I have shared.
Yes.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, for a lovely intro. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests.
Good evening.
Table topic. It's a long-standing Toastmaster tradition intended to help members develop their ability to organize their thoughts quickly and respond to an impromptu questions or topic. Now, for having table topics, I have selected almost 3 to 5 questions, and I would request all members to come forward to take participation. For table topics, as timer has initially said, that each participant will get 1 minute to 1 minute and a half, and another 30 seconds can be considered as grace. To qualify, your response should not be less than 1 minute and should not exceed 2 minutes. I am very optimistic to see participant taking part in table topic session and make this session enjoyable with your humorous and thoughtful responses. So can I have a volunteer who can come forward and take first call? Yes, it's Hitesh Agrawal. Thank you for coming forward. So first question goes like this. What makes you feel good about yourself?
Feel good. When I see the words, it reminds me of my college days. Back in 2010, I was pursuing BCom honors, company secretary, and chartered accountants, all at the same time. I would start the day at 6 a.m., rushing to my coaching. Day ended at 10 p.m. when I entered my hostel room and had my only meal in the hostel. And my entire day would pass with a cup of tea and samosas. The, the life was troublesome, and still, when I would get to bed, I would feel good. You know why? Because I felt like I am doing something, I am achieving something, I am not wasting my parents' money, and I am justifying me coming to Delhi and me doing something substantial, adding to my knowledge day by day, every day, and doing a great task by completing BCom honors, company secretary, and company chartered accountant all at the same time. That too, flying colors with great marks. So that was the feel good factor about myself, that satisfaction which I got after those those moments of hard work. Back to you, table topic master.
That one was great. It's loved it. Now I would ask another volunteer to come forward to take next question. That is very simple. Means I have kept very simple questions for the beginners. Who will come late will get a tougher question. So come forward, please. Who is next? Who is next? So I guess I need to select Kajol.
Yes.
And Puspa has raised the hand. Puspa, next question will come for Kajal, and just after this, I will call you. So the next question is, who has had the greatest impact on your life? How? Yes, we know that in your speech, you have considered, you have talked about your mother. So I would take a chance and I will say, other than mother, who had the greatest impact on your life and how?
Or this topic can be taken by Toastmaster Puspa and I can go for the next one.
Yeah, it's all right. Puspa, your turn.
Good evening, everyone. The person that has the greatest impact on my life is my father. My father, who has brought up me in such a way that I have become what I am today. Taking the role of a teacher actually, and as a guardian for my further education, he has always helped me in every sphere of my life. He has taught me the lessons that I have never ever read in my school books. The way the life should be, the way I should live my life, the way I should greet my parents, the way I should have the relations of with my friends. That all has a great impact on me, which has molded me to become what I am today. Today, I thank for him for giving us such a beautiful life that I could ever never imagine. With hard struggle, with his hard struggle, and with the patience he has raised us, my siblings and me. He has given entire life to develop us to make what we are today. In the respective field, we have done tremendous good job, I would say. But all the credit goes to him. He has given a life that we could have never imagined. So I would say the only one person that has given or that has the greatest impact in my life is my father, and I always remember for whatever he has done to me. So I would say he is the one. Over to you. Thank you.
Great one. Good one. Now, Kajal, it's your turn. As you have opted to go for next question.
Yes.
And question is going to be difficult, as I have said in the beginning, that slowly it is going to get tougher. I do not know how tough it is, but I think you will give a best shot on this. I am very optimistic towards your answer. Okay, so here is your next question. How do you define accuracy and precision? Bit technical, but I'm sure you will be able to answer it.
Accuracy and precision. Okay, so let me tell you, if I have to define any one of them, I would rather choose to define accuracy rather than precision. I can do that, I believe. So whenever a person is 100% accurate, still there are people who does not find it accurate. I have those anecdotes in my life where I had done a proper articulation of each word, and still I was considered inaccurate in most of the things. Let me share one of them. As a teacher, I'm too friendly and frank with everyone. I love to make new friends. I easily get interacted with people. Once, what happened was, out of the blue, I went and I just talked randomly with a teacher in a very frank manner. But to my surprise, though I was accurate about my behavior that I'm doing something good, she got so annoyed that she was just pouring out an outrage of slandering words I had never dreamt of. I was completely shocked. How can someone behave like this? And at that time, I realized even if you feel you are accurate of what you are doing, sometimes people they don't find it accurate. It is something beyond our capacity to understand what accuracy actually is. Even a machine is not 100% accurate. It still has some frictional force that takes out its accuracy. So, what I feel is in this world, nothing is 100% accurate, but we all can at least try to be accurate in doing things. Like the coronavirus thing is there. So it is 100% accurate that it is going to spread violently, and it is spreading. So what we can do is we can accurately take the precautions of using the face mask, face shield, and all the sanitizers and washing hand. Over to you, table topic master.
Bravo, you attempted well. As I said in the beginning, the question is going to get tougher and tougher, and you handle it better. But from technical side, accuracy and precision, I can just print here. By that time, I will ask next question. Maybe it can be read by all other participants. Technical terms only, not humorous, nothing thoughtful. Technical term. Now, who is going to be my next participant for next question? It's quite simple. It's not tough. Do not worry. So our VPPR has raised hands. So let's come to this question. Now explain this image, Vikaruddin, Toastmaster Vikaruddin. Can you explain this?
Thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master, for such a wonderful image you have shown over here. Good evening to my fellow Toastmasters. The two ladders it is showing over here, one is climbing, one he is about to try. So the first one, it's having the climbing and he know his vision. So once you have a clear vision and clear goals, so you can drive your career, drive your work, drive your personal, professional career. You want to become anything, so your goals are very clear. So the other image, it is showing he is keep trying, and that the level of trying, maybe it's not that much difficult, but it is showing the image describing, so a little bit harder for him. So I will go for the success, which is climbing. Like I have a goal to become a effective communicator and become a build as leadership skills. So there you have a supportive environment and everybody is supporting you. So what you do, just push yourself and grab the opportunity where I can see myself when I join in the club as a member. Instantly, our club leadership helps me to become a member of the XCOM. From there onwards, I make myself in the Toastmasters. I reach from the club, from the area, from the district, and beyond. I am looking for this one. So this is the opportunity. Whenever you see your clear goal and you define it, how do you want to finish? Another example of mine, Now I want to make my pathway to complete in a year, so I am doing in this way. So overall, this is the good image explained by Table Topic Master, and back to you.
Good one. Good attempt, Mr. PR.
Table Topic Master, can I attempt that?
Yeah, sure.
Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
But before you start, I must say that Vikardin has pointed out one aspect of this image that I have not thought of. That in the right hand side, the guy is trying. So, yes.
Yeah, my perspective is totally different. So,
yes, go ahead.
Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Everybody would like to take instant leaps in their career, instant leaps in their victory. But there's a saying that a victory is not won in miles, but in inches. Win a little now, hold your ground, and then later win a little more. Here, what you see is that in the first ladders got many steps, small steps. Now, when he takes small steps, he is able to reach there faster because maybe the steps that he takes are smaller. But when he takes one step at a time, it reaches there. But the other second ladder, he's got bigger, only few steps. But, taking those steps are not very easy. So even the first step itself, he's lifted his hands, he cannot reach there. So sometimes when a person gets into a job, everybody wants to be a manager immediately. They don't want to step with the sales manager. They don't want to move into the career so slowly. They want to be a manager. Then they want to be general manager. When you take small steps and learn things, I understand when I was a sales professional, when I started as a sales professional in IT, and I was having a tough time, and I said, I took my MBA to become a manager. My father said something very potentially important for my life. He said, look at the person who climbs up a coconut tree. He uses a small thing around his leg. He slowly, why is it? Because he knows where it slips. When you take small steps, you will know where it slips. But when somebody lifts it up on a crane and put him on the top of the tree, when he comes down his way down, he will not know where it slips. It's always better to take small steps in life and then take the leap forward and reach the highest potential and reach the apex rather than look for the highest steps and then don't reach anywhere else. That's all from me. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Must applaud till the evening is going on. You have nailed it. The image that I have put, thinking of this aspect only, while Mr. Vikardin has given his prospect and it's your prospect. Yes, it is a tiny step towards success, and tiny steps take you to success. Ladder of success has a lot of tiny steps. Big leap only results in downfall. So that's the message behind this picture. Do we have a time still remaining for this table topic session? I have 2 more questions, if I can go on.
TMOD, you can.
25 minutes. Sorry, I didn't get you.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm looking for next volunteer. Anyone?
Lucy has raised her hand, and we have Shakil also, guess new Toastmaster, if you can try with him. Now Lucy has raised her hand.
Okay, so I will go to Lucy, ask next question. It is again a question that is having picture. How society can bring change in politics? It's a political question, sorry for that. But yes, as a society, we have some. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you for the question. How society can bring change in politics? And then there is, I don't care, I don't. So can you hear me? Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, very much.
Okay, great. So how society can bring change in politics? Out of the society, we get all the leaders that we ever get. We get our politicians, we get the parliamentarians, we get the community leaders. So how can we make it better in politics? It is to grow our leaders from the very below. When a child is born, then make sure that child learns to serve themselves, to serve the community. And that way, when they grow to be the leaders, then they will never depart from what they've already learned. But what we see in our communities today, everybody, my children, I probably don't teach them what is supposed to be taught. But if we teach them from the very basics to be servant leaders, then we would definitely have very good leaders from when they grow up. We have to fill our cups in order to be able to give what we have. We cannot give what we don't have. So the first thing is, can we build that resilience, those leaders that matter right from the word go. When a child is born, let them lead themselves and be true to themselves. Then when they grow old, they will be better leaders. They will be better politicians. They will serve the people. So yes, we can change politics by changing it from the minute children are born. Thank you, and back to you.
Table topic master.
Your voice is not audible, table topic master.
Thank you, Lucy. It was a wonderful response. I have another question. Initially, I have, and that is very important question, the most toughest question I have today. And initially, I have thought that I would ask this question to our president, but because president has already taken his chance, so I will need another volunteer. Probably.
We have a new Toastmaster, Shakil.
Oh, Toastmaster Shakil, yes.
Yeah.
A good
I will
choice.
do that. I'm not able to raise hand. How to do that here?
It's all right. The next question goes like this. If you get a chance, what would you consider to select all, shift and delete?
Wow, that looks like a very interesting topic. Fellow Toastmasters, I would like to, take this as a very interesting topic. Select all, shift and delete. And that is our theme for today's discussion as well. There are a lot of things in this world, and we always think about what is past and what we can change, what happened, how we can correct it, or what we can remove from our life that something did not happen correctly. So always we are constantly working on that. What happens in that case is those are the things that we cannot actually change that happened in our life already. Like what Toastmasters and Toast said, it's yesterday, it's gone. So select all from the past and shift and delete. That is true for past. But there are a lot of things where we should actually keep those, such as you had some achievements. Keep those. There is no delete on that. Keep those as a permanent archive in your memory to keep you motivated and keep you progressing on your new future achievements that you want to work on. If I would get a chance to select all, shift and delete, I would actually not do anything delete from my past, because anything which is not correct for me was teaching me something, a lesson, a learning. And whatever was good for me also was teaching me a lesson. So either ways, it is good for me. All of the life is a learning. So it's never something which is bad, or I want to correct it, or I want to regulate or fix it, or there is nothing which is to be like closed and shut it off. Everything is part of life to be learned, to be used, and to be built upon and use that experience to enrich their life. And that's why I would say in my life, every moment, I'm happy with that. I will not select anything or shift and delete. I will just cherish it and just learn from it. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
That was a great response. Actually, yes, as you have said that there are some things that needs to be cherished. Even past history where you have made some mistakes, and because of those mistakes you have learned. That was a great response.
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
Yes. With this response, I come to the end of this table topic session. Now I will close this session and close this presentation and pass baton to Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Master of Ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit Singh. It was a great experience that we all had during the table topic session. Well conducted by TM Amit Singh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we move on to the third round, we would like to have the business session. And I would like to hand over the screen to our president. Mr. President, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Farzana. For the benefit of all the members and guests, the survey for the best speaker and the best table topic commentator has already been posted on the chat box. You may please vote while the business session happens. To move on, let's make the business session as brief and swift and crispy as possible. Moving forward, let me start with the Sergeant at Arms itself. Sergeant at Arms, do you want to have a report on your side to comment? Toastmaster Wazim.
Good evening, Mr. President. The meeting, as usual, started 7:31. Surveys and everything I made while the meeting was going on. From my side, everything is okay. In last two meetings, we have not. In last meeting, in our 50th meeting, there was no survey. So far, from my side.
Yeah, Toastmaster Wazim, are we sending the certificates to people who are getting the best speaker, best table topics and all that?
Yes, in last meeting, in 49th meeting, I did not send. It was one for you and the one for DTM Khalid. So
okay, for me and Khalid, that's still okay. For especially for the guests and others.
Yeah,
it is.
I already sent them by email.
Yeah, okay. If you could take their email IDs and things like that, it'll be great. So that, or their numbers or WhatsApp numbers. Wonderful. Thank you, Toastmaster Wazim. Can I move forward to the treasurer? Treasurer, would you like to say something? Toastmaster Niros.
Yes, Mr. President. Yeah, from my side, we have a new member. I have received the payment and I have done the payment and it has been paid. And he has got registered.
Okay. Now the renewal stand at 16, right? The renewal stand at 16, am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Niros. Moving on to the secretary, do we have the minutes of the last meeting, please?
Yes, Mr. President. Minutes of Bahrain IT Professional Toastmasters. BITP club members assembled on Monday, 17 May 2021 for meeting number 50 with the theme title Lift and Shift. 30 participants were present, including guests. Meeting started at 7:30. Sergeant at Arms TM Wasim opened the ceremony. Welcome address by the President, TM Santosh Abraham. The Master of Ceremony, Farzana, took control and introduced the timer, Mohammad Niroz. Then the address by PQD, DTM Alifia Lagdawala, CGD, DTM Khalid Abdullah, Division C Director, DTM Khalid Jalal, Area 3 Director, DTM Ahmed Rizvi. Then BITP snapshot video was presented by Toastmaster Vikaruddin. Then BITP achievements by TM Gangadhar Rao. Then we launched BITP newsletter. It was done by Toastmaster Vikaruddin. And keynote speakers were presented. Speaker number 1, TM Swarna Kalyan. Speaker number 2, DTM Dr. Babu Ramachandran. Speaker number 3, Dr. Aisha Bushagar. Then we had a table topic session and it was conducted by DTM Khalid Jalal. Finally, vote of thanks by our event chairperson, Toastmaster Vikaruddin. And the meeting adjourned at 9:50. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farzana. But is there any deletions, additions to the minutes of the meeting? If there is not, can somebody please adopt it? Can somebody adopt them? Can we confirm the agenda, please? Confirm the minutes of the last meeting. If there's no deletion, additions, or modification that you want to suggest, I would like somebody to propose and somebody to second, please.
I would like to propose to adopt it.
Toastmaster Amit has proposed to adopt it. Can somebody second it, please?
I, Toastmaster Muhammad Vikar, is
Toastmaster Vikar. So the minutes of the 50th meeting has been confirmed and accepted and adopted and seconded. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farzana. Moving forward for the VPPR. Before the VPPR starts, I would like to tell everybody that it's a good achievement that we have bought the first newsletter released in the last meeting. And the name of the newsletter is Bits and Boats. Now, I want every one of you to please share your views as well as your any material that you want to post in these newsletters. Let's have some optimistic posts coming across for our next edition. Don't wait for the call. You can give it to the PPPR anytime you want it. So our newsletter Bits and Boats will have the second edition bought shortly. I would like all of you to share your articles with our VPPR. VPPR, you may have your report, please.
Thank you, Mr. President, for recognize our newsletter, which we have launched first ever in our last 50th meeting. It was a great celebration. I got a really good feedback from the participant who joined with us. There is a optimistic. So now we have a great opportunity we got our DTM Khalid Jalal, our IPP, has become as a CGD elect District 20. This is our great honor for our club. And apart from this one, and me and Ahmed Balushi was a part of DTAC 2021. It was a virtual contest. It was a nice experience with all of us, and which we got recognized in the BITP. And moreover, in the BITP, get recognized in terms of education awards, PQD award. Also, we got the distinguished silver award, and we got a membership award thanks to our VPE Ahmed Balushi, and thanks to our VPM Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao for his work towards our club. And we got a lot of recognition. And moreover, we need to have our more optimistic to our members to join our meeting. And as President has mentioned, and I already discussed with our treasurer, he is also interesting and he's sending the article. So I encourage every members, even today's our guest also join with us. If you can share your article, we will be part of our magazine. And it was a great experience in the DTAC, and it's really honor working with our VPE, Toastmaster Ahmed Al Balushi. And moreover, I got recognized in the DTAC. It was a very great honor. That's it from my side, Mr. President, about the report. And back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikaruddin. I think we all need to recognize that our Vice President Education, Toastmaster Ahmed Saleh Al Bulushi, had got a recognition for having conducted the speech craft for the Bahrain Education club, Toastmasters Club. And we had Toastmaster Vikaruddin, who got recognized for being a marketing coordinator for the district. So let's give both of them a round of applause. It's a privilege to have people from BITP being recognized at the district. At the same time, I need to appreciate our Toastmaster Wasim, who usually takes up great roles, instant roles to be at the district and all, as a timer in other places. He also makes himself well known. A big round of applause to Toastmaster Wasim also. Yes, and now I would like to move forward with the VP membership. Would you please come up with your report, please?
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, so as you mentioned, today we have achieved another goal by inducting a new member. So 4 new members is the one which is waiting for a tick in the goals. So I can see that it got updated in our site. One more goal has been achieved by adding 4 new members with today's members induction. So with that, I think more or less the members goals we achieved. With that, totally 16 members we have active now registered, and I'm expecting one more member also to join or renew tomorrow. Our friend Toastmaster Aladraj agreed to renew his this thing. So with that, we get into 17 active members for the second half of this term. So with that, we are in par with membership within BITP. That's it from me. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikram Gangadhara. We have reached about 9 points, if I'm not mistaken, right now, out of the 10. But we would still not be President's Distinguished Club unless and until we have 20 members renewed. That is my understanding. I have asked this to our district director. So even with having achieved all the points, there are many clubs who have not even achieved 5. We have achieved 8, and today we achieved the 9th point too. Because our club is definitely a club that exhibits quality, which very clearly says that. Now, even at 9,
I will update Mr. President regarding the awards. I was also part of that committee, and as you said, only we required renewal of members to become a 20. Then we'll become a President Distinguished Club.
That's what we said. Yes. So we even if we achieve 9, or even if we achieve all the 10, we still need to have the 20. So the renewals have to be done for 20. So we'll have to make an effort to make sure that we contact those people to see whether they can join back, or else at least have new members so that we meet that 20. And I think we are almost there. We should be able to do that, but we only have a month's time to go to achieve that. Thank you. And Toastmaster Gangadhar, with that, let me move to the Minister of Education, our Toastmaster Ahmad Al-Balushi. You may please give me your report too, please.
Thank you very much, fellow Toastmaster, dear guests, and everyone over here. Good evening, and good evening again. As you said, I don't have much to add. Tonight we're supposed to get the 9th DCB. The 9th points will be in the Distinguished Club, but without the membership, we cannot go anywhere. Hopefully, we are following up with the members to participate in the speeches and all these things. We succeeded to do with so many, but they are busy, especially during this pandemic. So many people that are busy with their work, with their career. But hopefully, if we get more members, new members, so we will try to work with them and to get them into the mood, into the pathways, and show them how it works. My only request is that, please, for the mentors, follow up more with your mentees. Try to ask them to join in our next sessions. We have still 1 month. If we could accomplish those 4 or 5 renewals, then we will be good. At least we can end up and close our term with a good result. I mean, everything is fine. The education, the rest of the plans that we have done, only this one. If we do this, then we are good, inshallah. But hopefully, as you said, Mr. President, we are okay. We have still 1 month. We'll work hard to get those numbers done. Other than that, you have already said about the DTAC, where I was heading the IT commit, the IT team, and it went very well. So many messages came around the world thanking for the way that we have handled the event. It was very, very successful. Everybody was so happy for 3 days, alhamdulillah. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ahmed. Like Toastmaster Ahmed said, let's try our best to get our old members back. We have a wonderful club, and a club with just 2 years into being a Toastmasters club. The Bahrain IT Professionals are favored pretty well, not just in achieving that points. 9 out of 10 is not a bad mark at all. We can still achieve the 10. But it's not a question of achieving 10. We have showcased wonderful meetings, and we have attracted people from all over the world even during a pandemic time like this. There are times when we had 30-35 people coming into our meetings, and that's because we have that quality being displayed. And with that, I would like to also one more time recognize and let you know that our Division C Director, DTM Khalid Jalal, is now the CGD elect, Club Growth Director elect for District 20. Let's give him a big round of applause. He's not here today. He had to be stuck in some other meeting. He usually doesn't miss a meeting. He's our founder president. And next time, in a month's time, he's going to take on that role. And let's all support him in whichever ways we can. And with that, we come to the end of the business session. I would like to pass the baton back to the Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Farzana. Toastmaster Farzana, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now let's move on to the third round, the evaluation. The next part of our meeting is an important round. In this round, beneficial feedback is given to each speaker as well as to the overall meeting conduct, so that members can benefit from the experience of evaluators and become better speakers. I would now like to hand over the session to General Evaluator for today, Toastmaster Gangadhar Rao.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Was it off?
I'm always optimistic about the BITP meetings. With all the spirit, with any number of members, it doesn't matter. Even one person can run the meeting so successfully. To start my evaluation, first I would like to call upon some role players to give their reports. First, help me welcome Toastmaster, our President, Santosh Abraham, to evaluate the speech given by Toastmaster Kajol Ketan. Toastmaster President Santosh Abraham.
Thank you. Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and my speaker, Toastmaster Kajol in particular. What is better than a beautiful lady holding a red rose and standing right in front of you? This is a pleasant surprise for all of us. Life is I feel, is full of a bed of roses. She started off with a good note, and then she said, oh, but it has thorns too, giving us a clear indication that life is not just a bed of roses, but it has the good, the bad, and the ugly. Moving well, she had a personal story. She opened up with a personal story with great confidence, and her words kept flowing across like rivers of joy and rivers of water. And what I liked about it is the imagery created with every word that was sent across. And she had exclusive use of words. I like the way the highs and the lows came across, even with her voice tone. And she said, I felt like a tree hit by a lightning, and my cries were inaudible to the masses. You know, it was, these words were struck our heart, and the emotions were pretty clear. And she had words like startling, luminous, epitomic, and used the word of the day, optimistic, very successfully throughout, and even concluded the speech with that optimistic note. The topic was very emotional, and it was very we could relate to a topic. And another thing I liked about it, that she painted her pictures pretty well, but she did not just paint the pictures with the words alone. She painted her pictures with the whole body. And she even looked to the left and looked to the right when she had to say dialogues. Dialogues, in fact, are emotions that accompany. They're the best way of telling a personal story. And when you have a person there and say, rather than saying I spoke to him, you actually are speaking on screen. So dialogues really enacted the show, where took us all to where she was there. Excellent speech as a whole. I really liked the way she presented it, and the emotions were there. The use of words were wonderful. Few recommendations to take the speech to the next level is that one of the most precious things in speeches are pauses, especially when it comes to an emotional speech. like this. And especially when you talk about something, a loss in your life, when you pause and make a point, it makes it more prominent, and it can convey to members much more easily. And I feel that pauses they say music is what happens between the notes, pauses is what happens. A great speech is what happens between the words. So I feel that this speech of such a wonderful value, a great value, could have used some pauses where the message could have been much more prominent and much more louder to people. Another thing I feel is that with a little more practice, she could have spaced out the speech pretty well, wherein she could even in a virtual environment like this, she could have presented it in a slightly better manner. But one important aspect of my recommendation is that the speed of delivery. She was a wonderful speaker with great confidence, and she was hitting 6 after 6, like Sachin Tendulkar. She's moving one after the other. So in some of the great words, we lost clarity there because of the speed at which she went in. If she had put pauses in between, she had put breaks in between, and she moved at a little more slow paces, the speech could have been communicated in a much more better manner. Overall, the speech was wonderful. It had great emotions. The topic was very relevant, and she had great confidence, good body language, good gestures, great opening, great conclusion. Only recommendation that I would like to suggest is that she could work on her pauses and more on the speed of delivery. And overall, what they say is that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget the way you made them feel. Today, this was wonderful, inspirational speech, and you not just made us feel inspired about your topic, you made us feel inspired about what you wanted to convey right from your heart. You are a speaker right from the heart, and we wish you all the best. And back to you, General Evaluator.
What a wonderful evaluation about a wonderful speech. This is the third speech given by our president today. President's speech, table topics evaluation. It will go on, and we never gets tired. That's the energy we see at the late night. Thank you for that. With that, I would like to call upon our next speech evaluator, Toastmaster Hitesh Agarwal, to evaluate the speech given by Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Balushi, please.
We are not placed in this world to walk alone. The very title of the speech of Toastmaster Ahmed, "Never Walk Alone," clearly justifies the point. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. 3 things I loved about Toastmaster Ahmed's speech. Number 1, he accomplished the project objective. His actually detailed and numerous points, like explained the benefits of mentoring. He explained that it is about helping, supporting others, and most importantly, carrying the legacy after you are gone. So number 1 point, fulfilled project objectives. Number 2, I loved his hand movements. Stage upper, and when he said stage upper, and future, he was constantly using his hands to elevate the message that he was trying to deliver. And the third point, which I loved about Toastmaster Ahmed's speech, was the calm and composed voice that he has. He is a calm and composed person. As a result, he could actually deliver the message with ease. And his speech actually showed a lot of optimism as well. Points of improvement would be, number 1, he had various points of benefits of mentoring, but he could actually make 2 or 3 points and actually explain each and every point in detail. Number 2 would be audience engagement. He could have actually added a personal story, or maybe dramatized, or actually ask questions to the audience to actually make them more engaged, more involved, and glued to his speech. And number 3, The third point of improvement would be eye contact. In the initial part of the speech, I felt that maybe Ahmed was looking to his right or left, or maybe the eye contact was flickering, which he actually corrected in the later part of the speech. But had it been a more powerful eye contact, it would have been like, this man is talking to me, this man is explaining it to me. All in all, it was a wonderful speech, an absolute retreat to watch. Quickly summarizing, the good points would be fulfilled your project objectives, hand movements, calm and composed voice. Points of improvement would be focus on few points and add details to those points, audience engagement, and eye contact. And I would love to hear more from you, Ahmed. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hitesh Agarwal, for such a wonderful evaluation. Even though it's a midnight for you, you are still awake to give your attention to the speech and give us such a valuable evaluation. With that, I'll move on to our key role players. We will hear from our grammarian Toastmaster Mohammad Al-Sai, who has been listening for good use of language as well as points of improvement. Toastmaster Mohammad Al-Sai.
Thank you very much. So I have the number of views of the word of the day, which is optimistic. I have Kajol had used it once. Ahmed Belushi used it twice. And Muhammad Vagardin has used it 5 times, although he did it repeatedly to get it right, but he did it 5 times. Improvements, honestly, many have done a great job. I don't like being picky about small words, but there are a few improvements that I thought maybe it can help. Kajol, she said, and wishing hand and washing hand. So maybe it should be and washing our hand. Amit said to come forward to participation, and it should be to participate. Ospa also said whatever he has done to me, whatever he has done for me. Not they're very small points, but I mean, honestly, everybody has done a great job. And Kajol said for a mother is a story of no end, and that's a very nice quote that I liked about what she said. Back to you. This is.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Al-Sai. I'm surprised that you have delivered such a wonderful report on your first attempt to perform the grammarian role.
Actually, I was going to make a mistake here. I was going to say, because I'm a radio operator, so I was going to say Alpha 92, which is my call sign. I was going to say that this is Alpha. So it's funny. I also did the theme of the day. So because everybody had a different impression about the theme. The reason I came with it is not about what you would delete about your past. It's more about what you would delete, the way I thought about it, what you delete about things that are holding you back. Maybe being mic shy, or being camera shy, or maybe things like that that are holding you back from giving speeches or improving or doing things better. This is what when it came to me, this was my idea of it. But thank you, everybody has done a great job. I'm very happy to participate again. Back to you.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Toastmasters. The same team, the perspectives will be different. Everybody's perspective will get to know that different sides of the coin we get to see. Yeah, so thank you for that. With that, the next one is the R counter, who is tracking the verbal pauses. Those R's and Ums come out of the mouth while we think of next thing to say. These verbal pauses distract from our message and we stop continuing at 5. Our counter is Toastmaster Niroj.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. For your information, I have accumulated overused words, filler sounds, repeated words, and phrases as one for optimistic summary report to bring it as. So from my side, TM Santosh, he has used 4 times. Fatima Farzana, TM Fatima Farzana, 1 time. TM Ahmed Al-Balushi, 13 times. TM Santosh as an evaluator, 6 times. TM Hitesh Agarwal, 4 times. TM Gangadhar Rao as a general evaluator, 4 times. From table topic session, TM Amit, 25 times. TM Hitesh, none. TM Pushpa, 3 times. TM Vikaruddin, 5 times. And TM Santosh, again 5 times. That's it from my side. It was an optimistic session. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Niroj, for such a wonderful report. I'm sure everybody will go back and play the recording of this meeting and count it, 25, 10, 15. So there will be a scrutiny on that. So thank you. That will definitely help.
Sorry to interrupt. I forgot to mention overall in total it is 70 times. Great job, guys.
Yes. So you need a scrutiny of this recording. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Now, the next important thing, it is important to get your message across in allowed time. That is another trick in the Toastmasters. And for the meeting to run according to schedule, our timer, Toastmaster Wasim, who is an all-rounder who is playing our Sergeant of Arms as well today, will now report how we have done with the time. Toastmaster Wasim.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Our speeches, TM Kajal, 7 minutes exactly. TM Ahmed Abdulushi, 7 minutes, 25 seconds. Both are qualified. Our evaluators, TM Santosh, 4 minutes, 10 seconds. And TM Hitesh, 3 minutes, 31 seconds. 3 minutes, 21 seconds, sorry. Table topics, TM Hitesh, 1 minute, 30 seconds. TM Pushpa, 1 minute, 45 seconds. TM Kajal, 1 minute, 59 seconds. TM Vikaruddin, 2 minutes, 16 seconds. TM Santosh, 1 minute, 45 seconds. TM Lucy, 1 minute, 38 seconds. TM Shakil Sheikh, 2 minutes, 23 seconds. They all are qualified. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wasim. That is a wonderful report in detail. I don't see any disqualifications there. Everybody looks like within their time.
I think evaluation, one went 4 minutes, 10 seconds. So I think it's...
Yeah, that's Toastmaster Santosh.
Yeah, that's me. So I think that I should be disqualified. I lost focus of the timer.
Okay. Okay. With that, I would like to jump into some of my comments, which I have observed throughout this meeting. I would like to go in an order, starting from to the end of the meeting. As usually, the meeting started with a very active role by the club's VPPR, performing the socializing with people, welcoming all the guests. As I understand, he knows them very well, and he welcomed everyone, socializing with everyone for the first starting of meeting. And after that, immediately you can see that the Sergeant of Arms started the meeting on time with the right bang, and it is welcoming the guests and explaining the meeting rules. After that, there is a big bang with the President's speech, amazing speech delivered by President with a key message of forget yesterday and tomorrow, live in today. So that was one positive speech, which is the meeting will begin with a lot of energy. That was a great speech by President, and confirming the agenda is in order. Everything was cleared there by President. That was a great start. Obviously, then it starts the whole, the captain of the ship, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Fatima Farzana. The first thing important I always notice in meetings is explaining the meeting format for the benefit of guests, how the Toastmaster meeting will be held, what sessions. That was a great way to start explaining the meeting structure. Then she went on introducing all the role players very well. And one question, the minute she opened the meeting, she opened with a very dangerous point, saying that every morning we wake up, we have two choices, positive or negative. But nowadays we don't want positive. We want to only like negative. That's the life now from last 1 year. So the minute I heard positive, negative, it connects to Corona, nothing else nowadays. So definitely some things will wake you up in a speech when you start. So definitely connect well. So she connected to audience with the right hot topic of positive, negative. So that was a great thing by Toastmaster of the day. Then today's the surprise session for me, even though I'm known to this club, is the Toast table topic session that is performed by Toastmaster Amit Singh, straight away coming out of the magic box, and such an amazing session. He followed the full structure, explaining the purpose of Toastmaster, what is the time importance, and running so thoughtful session. And I was looking for something in that. At the end, he covered that by connecting the theme to the table topic. So table topic should always be connected to the theme of the meeting. He is lucky to end that with question, otherwise it would have come as a recommendation. So it was well structured and ended very well. It was really a great achievement by Toastmaster Amit. You need to do more of different sessions. Only one out of this thing, I was completely engaged with the meeting. Only one point I would have noticed, that the key for the Toastmaster meeting is agenda. Agenda, there were some confusions. And always in a physical meeting, we print an agenda, keep on the table before the meeting. In a virtual platform, the table is nothing but the chart. So when a meeting starts, it's recommended to push the agenda to the chart box immediately. Whoever joins, guests, they get to see what is agenda. So that is one important thing we need to do, just to simulate the way we do physical meeting. And agenda also should be, there should be a ownership for agenda. Now here I have seen that changes came from different ways. There is a common understanding is not there. If agenda is generally in Toastmasters, is the ownership stays with VP Education. So whatever the changes comes, it comes to the VP Education, and there will be a better control in the agenda, and we will have very clear agenda, and we can manage better with that. So that's the only thing. Agenda area is the only one thing I have noticed. Otherwise, great speech, amazing speech. We have a great mix of people today, international speakers from different districts and areas. Wonderful speech. That's it for me for today. That I would like to conclude my session. Let's welcome back our Toastmaster of the day, Fatima Farzana.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator, for that valuable feedback. It's time for me to end my role for tonight. My sincere thanks to all participants. May God bless us all. I would now like to hand over the session to our enthusiastic president to announce the winners for tonight. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Farzana. Let's give our captain a big round of applause. Wonderful job done. You really have done a great job. And I now love to say that, you know, we are, for a change, we are on time. Are you happy about that? Every time we ask for a 5 and 10 minutes more, but we're going to change, we are on time. And thank you so much for that. And I guess we need to keep it as to the table topics did take some time, but then we really enjoyed the session, and the speakers were wonderfully done. with that, we have the last survey sent across on the chat. If you could complete that, we would like to conclude the meeting if everything is done. Please complete the survey. If the survey is completed, we want to move forward and conclude the meeting. Meanwhile, as the survey is being completed, would you like to, can the guests share something, how they liked about the meeting? What is the, can we have one of the guests over there? Is our, Hitesh, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
All right. It's the first time you're meeting, coming across a meeting. How did you find the meeting? We wanted you to be very fair on that. You don't have to always butter us with good feedback only, but you can always say whatever you felt about it.
Well, frankly speaking, the meeting was phenomenal.
Okay.
Better than I expected. And it was a surprise. A surprise. We were ourselves surprised on our part that we attended the meeting, because I requested for a speech slot maybe of 3 or 4 days late after, and Toastmaster Wakaruddin actually provided us speech slot just 45 minutes of our request time, which was very generous on your part, I would say. And about the meeting, it was phenomenal. It had all the contents and it was formally done. And there are lots and lots of things which we could actually implement in our clubs as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So much.
We are missing Kajol here. Is she in, or maybe it's late for you? She's left.
No, I'm here.
Okay, Kajol. Yes, Kajol. What was your take on this meeting? How do you like it?
I loved each of the session, and especially the feedback session. I really loved the feedback session about the overall meeting, and I really found that to be an interesting one. And I would personally like to thank you for the feedback. You just extended the time. You didn't care about the thing, and you were just speaking on. And thank you so much for that wonderful feedback. I will keep it in my mind. I know I'm too fast. I always get that feedback that I speak too fast. I need to calm down.
Yeah, we are on the same boat. Even I happen to have that. Okay. So I missed the timer, so that's why I went across. But so I had a lot to speak about a great speech like yours. So great coming across, and thank you so much. Do join us whenever you can, and thank you for being with us.
Whenever I get the link, I would.
So Toastmaster Vikarad, we need to send them the link as much as often as possible. All right. So we would now come to the end of the meeting. Is there anything else to be spoken across? Is Toastmaster Wasim, do we have the results?
Yes, I'm sending you in your WhatsApp. Please
Okay.
check.
And Toastmasters and guests, please understand that this is only a general survey done, which is not basically a best speaker, best evaluator, best testing. It's just a survey done to motivate each other. It is very different from how a judge will come and judge. Judge comes and judges based on certain criteria. We have just a general opinion being put across here to make it very optimistic and very simple. Everybody who's come on here has been a winner. Everybody who's taken the earnestness to stand up and speak is a winner. Everybody who took on a role is a winner. Everybody said, I will do it, is a winner. Everybody who had the guts to open up and say a few words is a winner today. So with that, we come to the end of this session, and now we have the results and the best speaker for the evening. The nominations are, no, we only have 2 speakers, so we'll cut the nomination part. Yes, our guest speaker all the way from Nepal, please welcome Toastmaster Kajol. A big round of applause. And the best table topic commentator, Toastmaster Vikaruddin. And the best assignee, are you there? Toastmaster Mohammad Al Said, the grammarian. Let's give a big round of applause to him. I knew he was going to come and to conquer because he came with a cool outfit today. Well done, Toastmaster Said. And the best evaluator. Okay, best evaluator. Let's give it to Toastmaster Hitesh. Great job done, all of you. Wonderfully done. It was a great meeting. Let's come together and do a wonderful job again. Showcase great meetings every time we come forward. So the next time when you're here, or with all the guests, I'm telling you, whenever you get the link, even if you don't get the link, we meet on every second and fourth Mondays, and from 7:30 onwards, Bahrain time. So you're welcome to attend. If you get the and if you please leave your WhatsApp numbers and your email IDs with our VPPR, we would love to have you back again, Toastmaster Hitesh as well as Toastmaster Kajol. And with that, now I come to the end of the meeting. We are going to conclude at this stage, and we're going to come back again. This committee has got only 2 more meetings to go before we end this term. So team members, don't miss the next 1 month. Please make yourself available. Not just, I'm not asking you to come and hear my presidential speeches for the next 2 meetings. It means that, the whole committee here have just got 1 more month, and we have our next committee that's going to come up from the July onwards. The committee is not yet finalized yet. We'll hope to do it soon. So thank you so much for being with us here today, this evening. And we have one more time congratulating Toastmaster Shakil Sheikh for having been part of the family. And he is now Toastmaster Shakil Sheikh. And with that, we conclude the 51st meeting of the Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters is adjourned.
Yeah, Toastmaster Fatima Farzana wants to say something.
Toastmaster Fatima, please go ahead.
I think, Mr. President, you missed out to announce the role player.
Oh, sorry. Did I?
Yeah, general
Yes. Okay, my greatest apologies. The best role player. Who else could it be? The best role player is the table topic master, Toastmaster Amit Singh. A big round of applause. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farzana. That would have been like living out the best hero out here.
Exactly.
Great work done, Toastmaster. Amit, you really surprised us, rather. It was fabulous.
Toastmaster with him as a tabletop.
We really would like to hear more from you. And Toastmaster Mohammad Al-Sai, we really look forward to hear your speeches too now. Let's take up more roles like this. And one day you should be the TMOD too. All right, good evening and take care. Have a nice evening. God bless you all.
Good night. Good night. Thank you.
And one more thing, Mr. President, I would like to say now, as most of them, just for their knowledge base, I did not say in my report, Triple Crown. So me and DTM Khaled was a Triple Crown winner in the PQD Education Award. And what is the criteria for this Triple Crown means in the row from example, starting July till June, you have to finish 3 parts completed, like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So you are eligible for that one. Another thing is this one. So we need to plan for a next year ahead. Those who are making maximum number of parts, there will be also excellence award for that one. Later, I will share.
So if you complete three parts in a row, you will get the Triple Crown.
Yeah, exactly.
So the next meeting, I'm also getting the Triple Crown.
No, because you have to complete in the same term.
Same term. I've completed level 1, level 2, level 3 in the same term.
Oh, great. Then you will be the Triple Crown.
Okay. Right then. Take care then. All right. Good night.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Good night.